Hi everyone, how you all doing? Yes, I am in a vest right now. Yes, that is the R32 behind me. And my gosh, it really hot today. It's something like 29 degrees, which, whew, feeling it. So I'm in a vest and shorts. It's too hot in the garage with that big radiator behind me. The garage door just literally becomes a radiator with the sun being on it. It's so hot in here. But what I'm gonna be doing today is actually just a few things to the R32. What happened was the other day I was trying to figure out why the cigarette lighter wasn't working, and then next thing you know, the entire surround of the interior trim just come off. It's not really been put on properly before, so I thought I'd invest some time today into getting that all sorted, making it all look really nice and fresh as best as I can be. You know, the car's not exactly the cleanest. And yeah, then kind of just doing a few other bits and pieces. So it's going to be a little bit of work on the R32. I'm probably going to do some work to the 6 Series as well. Then following it up, I'm going to look at prepping the S3000 for some work. So there's a lot going on. And another reason why you need to subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so already, make sure to subscribe to the channel because it helps me out. It gives me a bit of a boost in terms of, right, okay, I'm a small channel, but I'm still growing. Every little helps. But right, I'm gonna basically jump into the car right now and let's see what I need to do. So I know the car is an absolute mess inside. It's one of the big things that I need to sort out. Just giving it a good hoover. But let me show you all what's happened so far. So this is the center console at the moment. That piece, the one that goes over it all, was just literally held in by clips. I think there should be 2 screws that hold it in over here, but they weren't done. It's normally behind, just through there, but they weren't in. So I guess in some ways it saved me a little bit of hassle by not having to take them off. But at the same time, now I don't know where the screws are. I don't know what screws they are. I'm just gonna have to find some others later on. But just taking off these 2 screws at the moment. I think these are the only ones. Right, I'm gonna take the screws off that are around the boost controller and everything that's probably holding this one in place, because the wiring for the cigarette lighter isn't there at all, which isn't good. I need to find that. Oh, where's that screw gone? Right, there's those 2 screws. I'm gonna kind of dismantle all of this now, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, I'm looking around this car again and I'm forgetting just how filthy this thing is. Yeah, I can probably keep that battery. Everything else in this. Right. Look at this. Ugh. Right, I'm actually going to take the center console out. I think some bits here need to get a real detox. Yeah, this is disgusting. Yo, you guys, this car has been put, look at this madness going on here. I'm pretty sure this is the little light that goes by the cigarette lighter. It's got some crazy metal clip contraption around it. I think I found the wire for cigarette lighter. Yep, I have. So that must be the wire for that. Then, like, look at this. I don't know why this clipped into each other. Like, it just comes out here just to be clipped into itself. But yeah, this one must be for there. So this light shouldn't have this metal thing going around it. So I'm gonna try and remove that. See how it goes. But it's just madness. The wiring over here is just ridiculous. I've never owned a car with this bad wiring well, actually no, correction, I probably have. Probably one of my first cars, but this is really bad, really bad. I still haven't gotten around to removing the center console, but with how bad all of this is, I'm like, ooh, it's gonna be a bit wild. So I'm gonna take it one step at a time. So I think I've figured out some stuff. I'm gonna try and show you what the best I can. Get the lighting as good as I can get it. So this wiring here, I think this is for the stock head unit, because some of it gets fed over to the harness for the new head unit, this green and brown and grey wiring, I think these are for the front and rear speakers. Yes, the car does have rear speakers. I don't know what this is for though. This one's really baffled me. No idea. It goes right behind the dash. I've not seen these plugs. It's not part of any of the stock stuff. Maybe, I don't know. Could it have been for the clock that goes there? Seems a bit excessive. This actually doesn't work anymore. I know that works. I need to have a look at this, because this works in a really weird way where it doesn't work, and only when you go on high it works, and then back at zero it kind of cuts out. It's a bit of a weird one with this. I don't know if it's something here that's wrong, or if it's something with the actual window motor. Right, okay. I'm not going to fiddle around with this too much. I don't really want to spend too long trying to fix a lot of these things, because I'd rather spend a day after I've done the 30 on stripping this apart and stuff. I want to do small little fixes to make the car better to drive, but I don't want to do crazy, you know, digging into the wiring and stuff. It's just not going to make my life any easier. I do need to find out the wiring for the boost gauge, because that's not working. You know, the gauge itself just has this one connector going to it. Nothing looks like it's been damaged on its way in, but that wiring does kind of go elsewhere. This I think was for the heater controls as well. I'm not going to mess around with this too much. I'm going to look at putting it all back together now. Actually, I need to take out the center console. That I definitely need to do, because that's filthy inside of there. Can't even use it, so I need to take that out, and then I'll pick up from there. So this is kind of easy. You got 4 screws, so you got one here, one on this side, one there, and one on the other side, and then you can kind of take it out. I don't think it's gonna be that easy for me, because these seats have very limited mobility with them. I think that's the best way to put it, but one way to find out. Right, I've managed to get the center console out. It was quite difficult with the seats being in place. As you guys know from previous videos of mine, my seats don't really move much. But it's kind of good that I've gotten good access to it. I don't think I'm going to put those screws back in just yet, because I have a feeling that it's going to be easier for me later on. I don't know, actually I probably will put them back in, because I don't think I'm going to do much more work to this car for a little while. I need to figure out what to do with the seats. But yeah, that's a story for another day. Let me show you all. Look at that. That is disgusting in there. So this is going to get a nice wash. Definitely deserves it. Poor baby. Poor baby. No one's taken proper care of it. Even I haven't taken proper care of this yet. So yeah, it's going to be nice to get that piece at least tidied up. I'm going to throw everything back together. So let's go into a little bit of a cleaning moment. Just come into the kitchen and put some power spray on all of this. Hopefully loosen up all of that gunk. I'm just gonna leave it for a little bit. You never get sick of looking at a GTR. But I've actually, what I did was, with the center console armrest area, I cleaned it up as best I could with the, well actually I let it soak in with the power spray. Then I washed that all out, and then just used some antibacterial wipes to get all the rest of the residue. It actually looks pretty good. I'll show you all that in a moment. But I thought the car is so dusty and dirty that I'm actually going to go over a lot of the other interior parts with the antibacterial wipe. So let's go. So spent a fair amount of time on the interior. Got it basically what I want it to be right now. Yeah, I found this wire for the, I think it's the alarm. Just thought I'd bring it through just in case. I just love the RB26. There's just something about it. I can't wait to like clean this all up and get it looking fresh and stuff, but that's all much more in the future. For now, it's just a matter of enjoying the car really. But yeah, I'm gonna take the car out now and get the 6 Series in. So that should be fun. Feels good to get the 6 Series in here. I should have actually recorded driving this car in. Oh, I just love the way it sounds. But basically I got a couple of things that I'm just gonna fix up on the car. One is the wiring that I did previously for the ambient light and the extra cigarette lighter. Don't really need it to be the way it was before, so I'm basically gonna be working on that, tidying it up. I would love to actually spend more time and do a big change up with this car. I think I'm gonna have to wait for that at a later point and really get the interior perfect, exactly the way I wanted it to have been with the ambient lighting and stuff. I want to do the door handles and the door bins. I think this car with that, it would look amazing, but that will happen in the near future. Right now I want to just kind of get all these bits and pieces done, and I also am going to be setting it up in a way where the ambient lights will turn on when you turn the lights on. I think that will just be the finishing touch. So the first little change that I'm doing is actually something that I changed previously. The start button, I've gotten this one here, which is like a mirrored kind of effect. It says start engine as it does there. I kind of got inspired for that one after the new 8 Series, I'll be honest with you, and I kind of just thought, oh, that would be something nice to look for, something that has a little bit of that effect, and I found it. And I also got this, which is a facelift surround, basically same as this. Now if you remember previously, when I did the ambient lights the first time round, I inserted this. Well, I'm not going to need that anymore, so I'm going to look at changing that round. So it's going to be nice to kind of get back onto this car. I'm just going to pull off the bits and pieces that I need to and do those two first. So carrying on from yesterday, part the GTR back into the garage. Actually just gave it a quick hoover inside, and wow, did that make a difference. You know, it actually looks fairly decent in there now. The main thing is the passenger seat does not have all of those leaves all over it. But yeah, I think it's time to get this car out of the garage. What happened yesterday was I ended up spending so long sorting out the wiring for the 6 Series that it was just getting late and I just wanted to get it done, so I didn't really film much on it. And actually the really annoying thing is I couldn't end up using this, because whereas the 5 Series and 6 Series use a very similar item, the fascia on them are different, and therefore I can't use this, which is really annoying. The research that I did online and stuff made it look like as though it should work, but it doesn't. I kind of checked real OEM to make sure the part numbers were fine, but yeah, the faces of them are different. But yeah, let's bring the R32 back out of the garage. Actually, while it's out, this place needs to clean up, so I'm gonna quickly clean it up right now, because yeah, well, I've been letting it get a bit dirty lately. Whew, everyone, this has been a crazy video. In fact, I didn't even get to start working on the S2000. Life has just been too busy, but I actually had this 1 Series in to do ambient lighting on, and I did something different with it, something really cool. What I basically did was I wired everything so that it turns on only when the lights turn on, which is something that I wanted to do a bit differently compared to some of the other installs that I've done. So if I go to start the car up, you can see ambient lights aren't on. As soon as I flick this, everything turns on. And as you guys know, it's all app controlled. I just think it's just come out so nice. So that means even when it's on automatic, as soon as it goes dark, the lights are just basically gonna come on. So awesome. I wish I did this on my 6 Series. That was one of the things I really wanted to look at doing next. But yeah, I'm basically gonna look at doing that soon. So awesome. It's a really nice car, by the way. These 1 Series, I do like them. But right, let's jump over to something else now. It's gonna be sad to see this car going some ways. Yep, you heard that right. The E46. Wow. It's basically gonna get sold now, hopefully. Just jump in it and do a quick little video, because this car has honestly been such a great car to me. You know, I've had it for such a long time. It's done so many miles with me. And I just thought it'd be nice to say goodbye to the car properly. I'll I will say one thing, the car is absolutely great to drive, everything. It's a great car to have as a car to learn to work on cars. It's modern enough to still have a little bit of awareness towards new things. At the same time, it's old enough that you can feel free to wrench on it and not just cause crazy amount of damage and stuff like that. But when you're driving it around and stuff, this is a great view. It's a nice comfortable seating position. See, what kind of happened was I wasn't actually planning on selling the car just now. What ended up happening was I just put the car up on Facebook Marketplace, and the guy got in touch with me. He was like, hey, I'd love to buy that. Made me an offer, and I was like, you know what, go for it, go for it. It's quick, it's easy, it's on the same day. Posted it up, let's just go. There was still a few things I wanted to get done to it. I actually did want to do the ambient lights to it as well, but that just never worked out. I just haven't had the time to do it, and not really been able to just invest that time into doing it. Also want to do a few more bits and pieces with the interior, and also do like a bit of a road trip with it, but none of that's happened. But it's all good, we'll do something else for the channel. It's not like I'm short for content and work that I can do on cars. But yeah, it's gonna be sad. It's gonna be sad to see the car go. Oh, the clouds are crying for the car being sold now. Goodbye, car. Never really got my one last drive in it. Woo.